Good day everyone, GarageKing here, and today I got a call from one of my friends. He's got a VW Tiguan and his wife backed out of the garage and took the shark fin right off the roof. So if you got a VW Tiguan and you want to know how that shark fin works, or maybe perhaps you backed up and took it off the roof, you're going to stay tuned and watch this. Okay, so let's take a look at this beautiful Tiguan R line. Looks awesome, but let's see the damage on the roof. Here we go. We are on the roof right now and we can see the shark fin has been ripped right out. So what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to take some brake cleaner. Just be careful, don't use too much. That's all this is. And we're just going to clean it first. And the importance of cleaning is just to get off any factory grime or maybe oils or whatever adhesive, I don't know, whatever. There might be something there, I'm not too sure. This one's actually pretty clean, it was just a little bit dusty underneath. But the reason is when the roof ripped the fin off, it actually damaged the roof a little bit, not much at all, but it is a little bit warped, I want to say. So I'm afraid when we put the fin back on, it's going to leak. So this way, what we can do is we're just going to have to put a little bit of silicone under the fin when we put it back on, and this way it will seal it from any leaks. So that's why I wanted it really clean. So now if we look at the wires, we can see there's two wires. There's a green one and there is a blue one here. I'm just going to pull it out. And actually the little clips inside are sort of snapped. I'll show those later. So let's go take a look at the fin. So here's a good view of the shark fin. I don't know if all VWs are the same, but this is the one that's on the Tiguan. Now you can see here, I'm going to use a T30 bit, so a Torx 30 bit, to take out this little clip. It actually pulled right out of the roof. So it was really good. The roof wasn't more damaged. So we're just going to take this clip out, and then we're going to have to straighten out this clip to make sure that it goes back in okay. So we're going to have to pull up the weather stripping, and you can see it's actually fairly close. The fin is fairly close to the back, so I don't think we should have to pull it down that much, and hopefully we can get our hands in there and then just get a tool in there just so we can use that T30 Torx bit and then redo the clip. So here I'm just going to pull this down with my hands, just using my fingers. So here's my little trim tool set, if you want to call it that. They're just plastic, so they're really good for preventing scratching up your car. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop these up here and see if we can actually pull it down. Now, I don't know if they'll be strong enough because it just depends on these clips, and also it depends on how deep we have to go inside. Now, and these ones are a little bit deep in, I guess they're 2 inches or so in, so I don't know if it's going to be strong enough, and actually I'm really bending it and I don't want to break it, so I don't think these tools are strong enough. So I think what I'm going to have to do is actually go get a steel pry bar. Okay, so I got my steel pry bar here. Now it's really important that you just take a cloth or a rag or something like this and you just put it against the painted surface that you're going to be prying against, just because you don't want to scratch up your car. And let's see, just give her a good push. There you go. And there you can see that one is loose. And now I'm just going to move down and I'm going to pop the rest of them off. Now don't forget, there's 3 of these clips. There's one in the middle and there is one on each side. So now that I can just get the camera in here and try to pull it down, it's quite tight. There, you can see the light coming through where I'm putting my finger there. So right above that is the hole in the roof. So that's where the shark fin is going to go. So you can actually see we don't have to reach in that far to get to where we have to go. So we should have no issues getting our tools in. So here we're back on top of the roof, and I just want to show you these connections. You can see they're actually broken. They have this little bit extra of plastic in them. Maybe I'll do a quick freeze frame. So here you can see I'll draw an arrow, and that's the piece actually that still belongs on the shark fin. So it's ripped out and it's left in there. So we'll just leave it in there. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to buy a whole new shark fin, so what I'm going to do is just probably tack these up with a little bit of UV curing glue once I connect them. I'll show you the blue one as well. Same thing happened. Let's get an arrow there. There's a magnifying glass so you can even get a better view of it. So anyway, that's what they look like. So if yours have that little piece of plastic in there, then you know yours are broken too. Now, they still go on, but you never know. You just don't want them to pop off. So here's the type of glue I'm going to use, the Bondic that I mentioned. What it is it's UV curing glue, so it stays wet until UV rays hit it. So you can do it 2 ways. If you do it out in the sun, you better do it really fast because it's going to cure like ultra fast and get hard. Or if you do it in the shade, somewhere where there's no sun, then this little light that comes with it, you just, I guess, shine it for a few seconds. It doesn't take much, and then it cures it, and it gets hard. And it's really, really good glue. So this is what I'm going to use. Now I just did a dry fit and you can see it's wiggling, so I'm going to have to fix these tabs. So you can see here's a close-up of it, and when you put this little clip on it, this piece here has to be able to compress when the screw torques down on it. The way it was bent, so it wouldn't compress and it wouldn't hit the ceiling. So now as long as it's up like this, it should work. And as you can see now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the whole perimeter and put a light coating of silicone. Now I guess you could probably just use like clear bathtub silicone, or you could use whatever you want. But for me, this is what I had in the garage, so it's actually automotive silicone, so don't see why it shouldn't work. So I'm just going to do a nice little bead around it, and then we're going to install it. There we go. Now I put it on the top already. I actually have someone holding it, not that you really need it. It does kind of clip in, and as you can see, I got my ratchet here, and I am just ratcheting it tight. It's a snug fit in here, but you can get in here and you can do it. So there you go, we'll just ratchet it all in, and then we'll make sure it's tight, and then we'll deal with the connections in a second. So now we're using this Bondic glue like I promised. I put a little dab there, wasn't able to get that on the camera, but you can see there is the actual glue, and there I'm actually curing it. I'm going to put up a magnifying glass so you can actually see. We'll do a little zoom in, and there you can see the little dab of glue. And what that glue is, it's just on the side of the connection and it's touching the housing, and you don't need much. All it is it's really just to tack it in there just so the connection won't come loose when you're driving around. That's all it's there for. And here you can see, here's the other side, throw up a magnifying glass, so same thing. I want to make note, I'll throw up some arrows. These are the tabs you have to make sure are touching the ceiling because they're the ones that hold this thing secure. So if you have to bend the tab around a bit, that's okay, just do so to get it tight. And now I'm just going to tuck everything back in. Everything's connected, the wires are connected, it's looking good on top. So I'll just move around here and get everything back tucked in. Make sure you remember to do the 3 clips. The one that's in the center and the 2 outers, so make sure you sort of bang those in with your hand or whatever, just make sure they're fully seated. And then what you can do is you can just go around and just tuck in, I guess the ceiling or the roof mat or the roof liner. You'll just tuck the rest of that in once you're done and you're sure that you got your clips popped in straight. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Just going to finish this, and then after this I'll give you a nice shot of the roof just to show you it looks really good. And we didn't have to buy any additional parts or anything like that, so that was great. Very, very good fix. Hopefully you're able to get something out of the video. I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe as always, and hey, even better if you could give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. It's hard to grow a channel, so that's what I'm trying to do. Any questions or comments, just leave them below. And that's it. GarageKing over and out, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, everyone.